I can't tell you. I'm telling you now. I don't think I'm getting sick, but trying to find it, I guess this is it, all right? Um, yeah, I don't think I'm getting sick or anything, but I just been tired. I think it's just the snow. It's just the snow, and I don't know what else is going on or whatever. But again, I don't know. I'll be thinking it'd be like people casting things my way or something sometimes. It's like I'm in this vibrant. But you know what? Winter is not my good time. You know, winter is not. Again, this is Shay Seeking or Shalonda, and welcome back. Again, this is not your mama's Bible study, okay? And I'm never here to tell you what it is or what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looks like to me. We'll look at things again, the scripture, the story, and whatever's going on in real time to see, you know. So I guess it's kind of like not prophetic, but I don't know what you can call it, okay? You can call it what you want to, all right? But just, you know, like correlating what's happening in text in ancient times, antiquity, this story or whatever, and whatever. You know what? I just realized something. Why a lot of people don't like people to go into history in depth or with a different, looking at it with a different lens. Because there's so many different layers to this story. And it doesn't benefit everyone to speak every part of it. So I try to be respectful, and I try to be, you know, honor the ancestors and source in the same way and be respectful, you know. But when it comes to, again, freedom or my freedom, being a freedom fighter of some such, which people would call maybe a whistleblower or something, okay? I don't know. Yeah. Excuse me. So we're going to go ahead and go back into the book of Isaiah. And I don't know, this might be the last thing that I do in Isaiah, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, because today is the 24th, so I think it is, right? Let's see. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do the 24th, see if anything correlate with what's going on in real time right here. All right. So again, I wanted to go ahead and pull these cards. Well, I pulled these cards earlier. And I just want, you know, sometimes it's like an oracle card or something like that just to get my day started. And I kind of sit them out here and just let them sit while I go through the day. And we have our Archangel Azrael. And it says, it is time to let go. Okay, prepare for changes. All right. And then there's this infinity sign here, or I don't know, it's like some kind of magical, this sign is magical to me. Person is holding a baby and the wings are wrapped around. Okay. So, you know, she looks very Native American, beautiful woman or image. Hold on, y'all. This is about to make me mad with this camera. All right, we're going to have to do this. I really don't want to. Hold on. All right, something ain't right. Okay. All right, I don't want y'all all up in my business around the corner and everything. All right. Let's see. All right. I have really been bumming and slumming it, but I don't call it that. I call it, you know, just nurturing myself when I need to. Okay. It's been overwhelming. I can, you know, I feel wands, the 8 of wands energy coming towards me lately. Wars and rumors of wars. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of like keeping myself grounded, right? So again, we have Archangel Hanael, okay? And it says, seek soul satisfaction, fan a flame of inner happiness, okay? I don't know why this camera won't focus. That's bothering me. Okay? You look at these little bubbles with these dolphins. This is crazy. This is real crazy as to why this is doing this. Okay? And then we have Archangel Christael. Okay? Connect with unicorns and receive the white ascension flame. All right? So again, I was thinking of that white light energy here today. So we're going to go ahead and read what it's saying here, okay? So today is the 24th, and I'm just trying to see if anything have to do with this. This is the sins of the earth. The sins of the earth are great, okay? So again, a lot of people don't like when I point out, okay? Okay, now, like I told you, Isaiah is a very strange book for me because there's something about Jehovah in Isaiah that gives me anti-feminine energy. It gives me chauvinistic somewhat energy. Or maybe a woman they only want a woman to go so far. And I feel like because these are the energies that we're dealing with, the Asterisk of America energy. These are the energies that we're dealing with, the original superwoman energy, the Amazonian women energy, the matriarchs, okay? The women that used to cut off their so-called breast, okay, in order to be better archers. Now, think about that. I want to say it was their left breast, but think about that. I just had to think about that for a second. I had to think about that. Because we're talking love and war, right? All right. We're talking sneaky Pete. All right. The earth going against the earth. And in between it is the water and the sands of the sea. It's the Moorish energy and the Islamic energy. But it's the earth against the earth. So the royal energies from Britain and whatever. Let's think Pangea and put the shit back together. Okay. All right. And how in antiquity there's parts of the map of America that said Africa. All right. And we're talking Sierra Leone and these other places in Africa where they went to establish colonization. Establish colonies after so-called slavery with American people, which more again, American Indians that look like us, that because they lied about the whole slave trade. There was only about 250,000 to 300,000 slaves that were even brought from Africa. It wasn't no millions like they said. It wouldn't have benefited anyone. It would have been a waste of money if most of the slaves died on the way here. You know, we just have to really think about that, okay? We have to think about that as they on like 1,800 miles or something like that, or 1,800. Yeah, I think something like that when it's talking about the South America, the peak that goes out the furthest towards Africa. There's only like 1,800 square miles or something like that in between that area. So to say that these people never came in contact with each other prior to whatever this was would be ridiculous, okay? So again, the whole thing with the Three of Swords, okay? This is what they wanted to do to the women. This is again. And if you think about it, let's think about it. Let's think about these three swords. Okay. Is it the Ya energy or Japan? Is it the Moorish energy? Okay. The Shriners and whatever. Okay. And then is it also like, so the samurai? Ooh, that motherfucker going right down the middle. Whoo! Lord. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, this makes me think about the samurai energy, the other like Knights of Templar, Shriners, seven, Islam, Moorish energy, whatever. Okay, these three things. Or there's really two main, like Islam and Christianity, but you have also like India, Asia, Asiatic kind of energy too, which also, again, Japan would be a part of Asia to me, I guess. I don't know. But again, all right, Genghis Khan, American energy, okay? Again, to keep the energy, America bound and blinded. And with these swords around with the southern border open to let more people in for a flood, okay? I guess she didn't really realize until she started feeling this water trickling in at her feet. I don't know. And then this whole third party energy, Build Back Better, Build a Being Workshop, whatever. Bringing in new people, okay? And setting up these matches and shit like this, okay? All right? They want to say like the moon is, older, but I don't know. I doubt it. I feel like, again, the sun is stronger and been lasting long. I don't know. I just feel like that's just what the energy is. We can't just say that, again, the sun energy came, or the soul energy. We're talking the old world, Americas. We're talking South America, Mexico, even the Americas had to do with solar, or that soul, or that kind of energy. Even the Moshe people before the Aztec, before ancient Mayans and Aztecs and everything prior. I'm talking about prior civilizations. It was still about the sun. So something happened when the moon came in, if you really want to really look at it, okay? And maybe this is why, again, this energy, this high priestess energy is able to use this Torah to keep the moon at her feet, okay? From rising above her. Spiritually, right? Now, laws and documents and everything like that might change that, but it just is what it is, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this. Okay, so 24 is saying, look, the Lord is overturning the land of Judah and making it a vast wasteland of destruction. See how he, again, or she, is emptying out all its people and scattering them over the face of the earth. So this is making me think about migratory energy. This is making me think about, you know, like dispersing, sending out scouts. Okay, we read one of these cards earlier was Girl Scout. Plants, okay? The scattering of, this is after Genesis 1, okay? Planting a man in the east of the garden, planting this, planting that, doing this, manipulating the situation. The Lord God came and altered and manipulate the work that God already did, period. Excuse me. And they put them over the face of the earth. You know what the face of the earth is? It's prior to the earth. So somebody scattered, brought people in, possibly through the southern border and others, scattered them out, okay, over the face of the earth in higher positions, commoners, peasants, and servants. Place the earth in the pit, or in the undesirable Dalit section of the caste or class system. And then if we even think about this, this is what Martin Luther King did. So we still in his energy this month. Not only that, they paid for them to go to school, gave them grants to farm and land. Not only that, it's the same energy. Okay. And this is what he was saying. We read the thing, when he said, go back to the South. But again, I don't know. It's making me think about this rising sun energy, or this star energy that came to, do something. It's like something different is about to happen here. Okay. But again, this energy, of scattering them all over the face of the earth. This makes me think of somebody scattering people and putting them before the earth with their priorities, right? In positions of power in the east of the garden, when we're talking about that in antiquity, if it's repeating itself, and the coast is being lined with immigrant people that are going to overpower, they were able to get a head start on taking lands and money and all this other stuff, and killing off some of the indigenous people, and or acting like, coming in your face, smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. You see what I'm saying? So that they can move, they can then lure you. We free now. We's free now. The 400 years is over. So they're going to use different kind of stipulations and jobs and all this other shit in order to give you mandates that if you don't follow their mandates or do whatever they do, then you can't work in government official when it's your fuck. Well, when it comes to where I came from, okay, sources telling me it's yo shit anyway. So I don't know what that, like, I don't need to comply to yo whatever, because whatever you got going on didn't come until after my people was already here. So it's just, it's just that, like, I don't listen to you. I listen to what source is telling me. And it feels like this shit, whatever's going on, is not about to last too much longer. But if nobody was paying attention, if we don't address it, then it will. I just noticed the growth in, like, some of these masculine driven occult or cultish movements when it comes to religion and stuff like that. Even when it comes to the Islamic energy, all to degrade, like, that's what this book is all about. To me, they don't want to. This is why people have been able to do the things they do and use music to degrade American women only. No other fucking place in the world you can go and have the same people that look like them degrade them, because some of these people may not be your people. They may be the people that they plan to put you down and then bring them and place them and their children and things in front of you. And you supported these people heavily, but get mad at me when I say you got a better chance of dying at the hands of a so-called black person, okay, or indigenous person in your community than anybody else. So you can cry about the police and all that shit all you want to, but the truth is, at the end of the day, we have a better chance of dying at the hands of each. So there's something wrong with that has to be addressed. If nobody don't like the way it sounds, oh well, then examine that shit. It need to be looked at. It need to be looked at. It can't not, because then we will never come up with a solution to fix the problem. But again, this is what they started doing, scattering them all over. So when it's coming to this Afghan or Iraq energy, think about all the deaths. Think about, the black market when it comes to trafficking and all this other frightening shit, okay, that supposedly, allegedly goes on in some of these cities. So again, this is spreading people out and putting them before the earth, okay? It says priests and people, servants and masters. This is the pyramid of the caste system. Priests and people, servants and masters, slave girls and mistresses, buyers and sellers. This is making me think about 7-year war, 7-year slavery in the biblical text, 7-year whatever, something, okay? 7-year itch, I don't know, okay? It says lenders and borrowers, bankers and debtors. This is the merchants, the commoners, peasants, the priests, and the education system, and the caste system. It's the same thing. All right? And it's saying, okay, none will be spared. It's like I was hearing something like a spike, but then now it's about to be a collapse. Like a collapse something is coming, a collapse. It already has happened to a certain extent, but again, and I feel like they're shutting it down because they're afraid. They're going to go hide in the rocks for the shit that they've been doing. But if nobody was there with this crafty council that they had going on in the background. Right? This is why they're going to make it like it's COVID, but really the war in heaven got to do with the shit that they've been doing. Because the breath of God is the wrath of God, is that, again, what they've been, the matters of the heart, love and war, because of this stuff that they've been doing, messing with his people, the genetics and makeup, okay? Messing with your fucking mind, separating people's fucking, all in people's dome. You know what I'm saying? Messing things up. Turning God's stars or his chosens in a different direction, or putting them in a situation where they're not upright, or defiling his people. All right, confusion with these third party, all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against a third party relationship. It just should be a choice. If somebody wants something with y'all that's doing these twin flame thing or whatever, all this stuff, it should be a choice. Okay, it should not be no manipulation with no religion to get nobody to think that you need these amount of. Now, I can see communal living. I don't have nothing against it. I don't have nothing against nobody doing what they want to do, as long as everybody grown as hell and grown enough to make their decision. Okay. But we know children ain't even done developing. Their brains, their minds ain't even done developing until they in their mid to late 20s. So I don't know. So again, this is why they blinded, because we're about to talk justice in a minute. Okay, we're going to talk about the Greek goddess. What's her name? Okay, because I mean, I look at when I'm talking about honoring the ancestors and mothers and father, I'm talking about those entities as well. Okay, so it's Themis. Okay, the goddess of justice. Okay, that's what we're about to compare this to. All right. She's blinded. She's bound. Look, I'm telling you, if you keep going back in these stories, you're going to see. Uh-oh. It's the same thing over and over. Like I said, I just had to get in where I fit in. I'm just thinking like, what in the heck is going on? Paying attention to this. Oh, man, my light went out. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Let's see. I'm trying to see, because I want to look at this alternative deck. Yeah, okay. Same thing here. Okay, so somebody don't want nobody talking about this. Same thing. This must be her. This must be her. Has to be. It must be representing or something, her energy, okay? And this is maybe where we're at here, okay? Because whatever they're trying to mix up right now is not going to work, right? Because again, this is talking about a child of God that was blinded either by other children of God, witchcraft, sorcery, by God or a God, and that's why I'm so aggressive towards that energy, or I feel like I have the right to question God. Because I remember growing up and people say, don't question God. And I say, what the fuck not for? What you mean? What do you mean not don't question God? That don't even make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me at all whatsoever. And so again, I started to do it and it kind of worked. Okay. Not in a disrespectful way, but like I really wanted to know. And maybe I had to because I'm one of those children that was blinded or blinded either by governing forces. And I say that these government that's playing God. Okay. With their laws, legislations, acts, lies. Okay. And okay, these other, institutions or whatever. It's either sorcery done by jealous other children or goddesses and gods, okay? Right? Or it was done by God. So again, circumcision is even making me think about. Or when somebody is, what do you call it, man? When somebody alters, especially when it comes to male children, to castrate, okay? To castrate. Some are born that way, some are made that way by God, and some do it themselves or something like that. There's 3 ways or whatever of the castration or whatever. Okay, so we can think about that with the heart, right? Or we could talk about that when we're talking about extremities. I don't know. Okay. All right. But let's keep going. Okay. So again, the bankers and debtors, okay, that's the merchants and stuff like that in the caste system. Okay. It says none will be spared. The land will be completely emptied and looted. So again, okay, so yeah, the God going to sleep was a binding spell. These warlocks and sorcerers and witches and stuff got together to blind justice or ISIS. With the card that we got with the 10, what is it? The 10 of Pentacles with the Chinese man, okay, and his loyal subjects or his dogs, right? And look at this. This reminds me of the knot of Isis. I posted on my Instagram a couple days or maybe weeks back, and it made me think about get behind me, Satan, because Satan, okay, let's just not think about it that way. What about, okay, the serpent? The serpent did not lie to them. The serpent did not lie to them in the garden. What the serpent said, it was. All right? But maybe because the serpent told the truth, like truth tellers and whistleblowers today, these people try to hide the shit, put it back behind here like it's not going on. With all the grapes and all the harvests and shit that they've been taking, the pinnacles, all this shit back here that they've been taking, right? So we talking Isis, we talking Ma'at energy, order in the court. We talking the Empress energy here. Okay, she had to take her heart out and put it on the ground here. So again, yeah, okay. So it's facts over feelings. All right, facts over, and the fact is somebody owes somebody something. All right. Since we talking kingdoms, we talking Martin Luther King, we talking about this kind of energy. We talking about the fact that what made me most fascinated about Martin Luther King was not I have a dream. It was this time we come to get our check, and that before the fathers landed here, we were here. Okay. All right. So we were supposed to take those torches and bring them forward. All right. And then we got thrown off with all this. Everybody talking about somebody a coon and all this. All of us was asleep or blind at one point in time. I think the greats come blinded or bound. And then they wake up. They're used by governing forces. They're used by man. They're used by God. They're used by all of these energies. And then guess what? They wake up. Even when they were being used, they were great. But then they wake up to what people have been doing to them. And they pull back their energy and their power. That's what I suggest people do. Again, in that book, it said, my people knew the way to get to me. You ruined that. When we're talking about the Esther and Elijah energy. Somebody blinded the people. It's a mass manipulation of minds or something going on here with 5 generation energy. And other things. Chemtrail, whatever. Okay? We know right before that thing happened to Prince, same thing. He was talking about the same thing on that show, and then that's when things happen. Michael Jackson say, oh, the history books lying to you. What happened to him? He want to buy back whatever his stuff. What happened? Okay. So we don't get too specific, but y'all know, because I got a lot of information running through, but you know what I mean when I'm talking about these subjects. It should spark something in you to think back at those times and those things and those individuals. All right. So it says the land will be completely emptied and looted. Okay. The Lord has spoken. The land suffers for the sins of its people. Again, what does the land suffer? Okay. Shalanda or the land is representing people. I'm with somebody that's a warrior or a fighter for the people. Okay. The people that don't have a voice. Okay. It's that Christ energy. It's the scapegoat or the sacrificial lamb or whatever energy here to blind you into a certain point. And then when you wake up and you say the last shit you got to say, they think they're going to come and end you. But I'm telling you right now that it's not the same this time. It's a new thing. The earth languishes. Okay. Okay. Look at this. It's suffering because of the sins of the people of its. It don't even say the people. It say its people. It says its people. So what did brother do against brother? What did these people conspire behind people's back? Why did they blind the cornerstone and reject it and then attack it? It makes no sense to me. But this time I feel like this is because it's something else deeper. This is about masculine energies dealing with wisdom. Okay? Solomon lost his wisdom because of the demons and what was the other main, Asmodeus, and dealing with the feminine energies that was demons. That wisdom tried to even warn him about, but Solomon was like, shut the fuck up, they fine as hell. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm about to be doing over here. Or they seem to be in your likeness. You know what I'm saying? The grass might be greener. All right. Only to find out probably not. Okay. So, I mean, that again, everybody is special and unique in their own way. That's it. But this time, Source only made one that way. That can embody, that energy that can embody. Okay. So they make these feminine energies might have even been telling these people that I'm using magic on them as lions. But you know what I'm saying? It's like a feminine energy that's standing up with the lions. I want to raise the lions up with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid of masculine and feminine energy equally. I'm not afraid of it. It's always somebody want to say one or the other, or men do this and women do that. I'm not afraid of it. It's about who's going to do right and who's going to be doing wrong. I mean, it just is what it is. All right. And it says that, yeah, so this land is suffering because of the sins of its people. So the own people did this to me, other people like me, to the elite or the elect or the ones that came with a message. It just is what it is. It wasn't a white man. It wasn't George Washington. And I'm not saying that they didn't benefit from it, but we have to hold accountability for what we do to each other, what we did to each other then, and what we do to each other now, and that will get us out of that whole not vilifying, but that whole energy of victimizing. Okay, I feel and standing strong. Because all of these things, like worried about other sins, like sleeping around with somebody or something, all that stuff is just to make you feel unworthy. It's to make you feel unworthy, like you're nothing. If I'll never, well, I ain't gonna make it to the gates of heaven anyway. So you know what I'm saying? I might as well do another sin, or I might well do this and not have no restraints. To hold us accountability for the man in the mirror or the things that we do to each other. That we look past that and then point the finger at something else. And usually it's the police or it's the court or something like that, when they're not the ones that make the laws. It's the government. So why even go? We don't talk about what we do. And then we think the solution is to march to the police station. Okay, when the shit ain't never happened in their work before. Okay, and then the whole time the government is sitting over here. Now I'm not saying that you should go there. Okay, you see what I'm saying? All right. You're never going to get you're not going to get any change or no results if you keep doing the same damn thing. The police don't make the laws. They just work there. So again, because I think where we're going here is talking about the riots that happened in Kenosha. Okay. This is what this is making me think about. Okay. When I skim through here. So it says here that the earth languishes and the crops wither. Okay. So again, my other card of the Empress is showing here that the crops are withering. Okay, they're getting weak, or they're, you know what I'm saying, is in the other card, I don't want to have to dig it out, but these look like welted. You know, they look like they're falling over and stuff like that in my newer deck of this same type of card. But I like to use these because these are the originals. Okay, these are the ones of antiquity or the originals. Okay, so it's about the imagery here. Okay, and it says the skies refuse their rain. Okay, so again, the skies refusing their rain is making me think about somebody not wanting to shoot missiles, or somebody not, you know what I'm saying, the foul of the Air Force or something, maybe taking a strike or saying we're not doing that shit or something. I don't know. Maybe this is talking about wars and rumors of wars. Okay, I feel like this is what it's talking about. All right, it says the land is defiled by crime. Okay, the people have twisted the laws of God. The people have twisted the laws of God. It don't even say the government, because in this book they use terms like government and stuff like that, Iraq and things like that. But no, it says the people have twisted the laws of God and broken his or her everlasting commands. Therefore, the curse of God is upon them. They are left desolate, destroyed by the drought. Few will be left alive. This is giving me like ghost town energy here. Okay. Now, again, this alive, left alive might have something to do with your nationality or something like that. Okay. This may be talking about, again, so some people try to enslave you by having you changed or do these things with your nationality. A lot of people did do it, and some people, didn't. Again, this is talking about, again, these misnomers that are being used. Okay. But again, by drought or famine. So this could be blinding or binding as well. Your mind, mass mind control, you know what I'm saying? Not letting you be able to really interpret or take in food or nourishment from those who are coming with the truth, like filling your mind with entertainment, that which is entering your mind in order to obtain the space thereof that you're not actually using. But again, some of us do, because some of us watch TV and things like that to decode things. So we're actually not just indulging. Okay. So again, destroyed by the whatever drought. Okay. So again, this could be a drought, which meaning that somebody's not getting proper food or nourishment. Okay. Actually food that you eat or consume, or it can also be reading material, books, prophets, messengers that they're cutting you off from, but giving you these desirous ideas about how much of this you can accumulate and all this other bullshit. I mean, I'm just saying, this is what I see. Okay. All right. Few will be alive. So this makes me think again, like I said, this is talking about nationality. All the joys of life will go. The grape harvest will fail. So again, this is making me think about the grape harvest shall fail. Is making me think about, oh, look at that. The Ace of Cups is in reverse. This is rarely ever in reverse when I'm doing my cards here, but it's making me think about the King of Pentacles in reverse. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm going to make it anyway. Maybe this is like a bribe. Maybe it was like, maybe it's supposed to be some hush money or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't always have the message clear. That's up for you to discern. Okay. But again, this is the Tar Heel energy, South Carolina energy. Okay. The black tar behind here. All right. The two goats. This makes me think about the two goats in Inanna or whatever, because again, Mesopotamian energy, because I think that that's what this is. These grapes, the king of Pentacles got rich off of fucking Inanna or Ashtoreth or Esther or the energy. It just is what it is. The union or whatever they was doing behind the scenes or whatever. The King of Pentacles. And notice that it's the King of Pentacles, but it ain't even that many pentacles in here, because this could be a female energy too. Okay. Because they were really getting money off of the harvesting of these grapes, or these things, these clusters of grapes and stuff like this that was supposed to be from other family lines. Okay, that these people were working in these systems or working with this stuff behind the scenes, knowing that a lot of so-called black people, most of them didn't even know who they were, or know about the fact that we were already here, or know about the fact that there's some kind of trust or some kind of something that they could be going back to get. So their crime rate go up. These people like New York, all right, and the moon want to say defund the police, right? They state saying defund the police. The police is representing the people, the populace, or the people that are protectors of the place. They don't have to be, you got the boys in blue, and then you have people which are that are naturally police. They are the political people of a certain, again, we did a video on it already, but police could be representing those of us that are tattletales or telling or whistleblowers or whatever. Okay. And it can also be representing the boys in blue. Yeah, there's a lot of light blue in here too, representing, I think, North Carolina. Yeah, again, these harvests or whatever came from, like I told you, when they say about women, marriage, when it's coming to, these polygamous energy. Today it's more about just having a variety of women and it feel good and you like it, and it might make y'all more prosperous in a sense. Back in the day when they were coming in, it was about accumulating land, money, and resources, meaning the woman, whatever she carried, and the more women you collected, the more lands you were able to take away in the sneaky Pete energy. All right? It was the more land. It was the more lands that these people that when it comes with the swords were able to sneak off with, because most of the women were sitting here, again, maybe single mothers and stuff, sitting here on a twin flame journey, waiting for some knight in shining fucking armor to show up, okay? To show up, and the more abundant you were, the more of an attack or the more attention you would get, all right? So again, it would put you in a foolish energy here. And then all of a sudden you will have to be in this stand your ground energy here to protect yourself, because it's not just like this. Don't even have to do with just like it being foreign men or other men. It's going to be men that come in the likeness of you. So you can't trust nobody. You can't trust somebody you already thought you knew, because this is spiritual warfare too. We're talking about demons, possession. Okay, because of all this temperance and this shit that these people doing behind closed doors with their in their laboratories, okay, with science, all right, and and they got their toe dipped in the water, because the water, the UK, all that shit got something to do with it. I remember, I think it was the UK or Brits that didn't like Mary, Queen of Scots, okay, and it's maybe because she really had the claim of the throne, but this time again, source give me energy from Elizabeth and Mary. Again, that's making me think about the reptilian and the lion. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but something is about justice being served. There's something about justice being served. And somebody thought that they got away with and they would not have to do this because of something to do with January 1st or the first week in January was a deadline or something, some court case or something, okay? But again, we're going to keep it moving, all right? All right, so it says, all the joys of life will go, the grape harvest will fail, and the wine will be gone. All right? The wine is talking about blood. Okay, this could be new blood or old blood or just blood in general. The merrymakers will sigh and mourn. The melodious chords of the harp timbrel are heard no more. The happy days are ended. This is making me think about the people that seem to be rejoicing as if they defeated something around the first of the month. I couldn't help sense that within the seeing community, all right, the tarot community, that people were celebrating some kind of victorious event. And people that were seeming to be supportive in the sense of energy dispersed and went out and started to, plant their, started to, build possibly or live in on whatever land or whatever resources they collected from the original people. Okay. And this is what I'm saying. Crime rate going up in Georgia. And, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that they ain't got no hood or nothing, but it ain't nothing like Chicago or like a hood in California or New York or nothing like that. I'm just saying, in places like that, that's strange to me. That means you got somebody that's a headhunter. That means you got some institution or something that got something going on that know exactly who you is, right? What lands you owe. It's remind me of the Kanika Jenkins energy. These people studied their surnames. And then we'll get rid of your ass after they collect all the collateral, the bone collector energy. Somebody putting the impression that they're a bone collector to help the people, when actually, I'll just say, I can't help what source show me, all right? It just is what it is, and I don't sugarcoat nothing for nobody. No more joys of wine and strong drink, and turns bitter in the mouth. All right. The city lies in chaos. So again, this could be also this representing what people want to be done to truth speakers like me, or people that are bringing out alternative energy. Every home and shop is locked up tight to keep out looters. This is making me think about the thing that happened in Kenosha, or the thing that happened again across the whole country last year, the year before, whenever that whole looting incident happened, or even now, just a couple of months ago with the smash and grab energy. All right. And this Bible does say looters. That's why I like the Living Bible. It keeps it real. It's like that auntie that keep it real. She don't sugarcoat nothing. It is what it is. It's the Queen of Swords or King of Swords energy. All right. Mobs form in the street, crying for wine, blood. Okay. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Black Lives Matter. Somebody got to get whatever for this. All right. Joy has reached its lowest ebb or ebb. I don't know why I heard evanescence. I don't know. Gladness has been banished from the land. This make me think about the lockdown. The city is left in ruins. Its gates are battered down. Okay? Throughout the land, the story is the same. Only a remnant is left. Now, I'm going to tell you what vision I just got here. I envision that the people did this to themselves. The people were supposed to link together with the cornerstone, the queen bee, or emperor and empress energy. Something happened here. The emperor or Adam, or the masculine part of Adam, got sidetracked, which is probably a king of wands energy. Okay, because I ain't gonna lie, the honey pot represent the land of milk and honey, represent also the energy of that queen bee or that capital energy. So again, he's going to spread the joy or spread the honey or whatever. Okay, I'm just saying, it's just how it is. All right, and these people are going to probably be gifted in a sense. All right. But it's making me think that there was supposed to be a collective something. Somebody chose to leave out the person thinking they can do better without it, or the grass would be greener. And because of that, it turned Earth into chaos, because Earth felt people pulling on her energy and pulling on this and that, and maybe even using her name or something. It's just like, again, that's why they wasn't supposed to touch the tree of life, because the tree of life is different than the rest. It can feel and sense. It's like the oldest. It been there. Wisdom has been on this planet walking. When God was been in heaven, wisdom has been on this earth walking this plane. The ruach, that energy, has been in female form over time. Whether it's more somebody that was more masculine, androgynous, that actually did have a change or whatever, a transgender, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but the energy has been here. Okay, these are probably the people that have come and rose up, the stars that have rose up as Christ energy, as saviors or messengers over time. Because again, with this tarot thing, I don't really look at the gender, because it could be interchangeable to me. Because we're dealing with a certain group of people. Adam is a certain group of people that could go probably use the left and right brain or something in a certain kind of way to be able to see. I don't believe I am on this camera looking this crazy, y'all. Y'all have to excuse me. It's just, I just feel like I just have to get these message out or whatever. And really, I don't even care about whatever. All right. So again, this is Jacob's trouble. What was the boy's name? Jacob Blake. This is about Jacob's trouble. Yeah. The January 6th invasion of the Capitol or whatever, the insurrection. But all who are left will shout and sing for joy. Those in the West will praise the majesty of God. Again, this is, okay, think about the country being split from the East and the West. So closest to the coast or whatever, imagine it being split. There's maps of like the Civil War and other wars where you'll see that there's a split there, where the cities of the coast, like it just said in here a minute ago, and then whatever's to the west, or the expansion to the west, or manifest destiny. Also Venus energy. How the West was one. will praise the majesty of God. Because these people are trying to ensnare or entrap. They're trying to bring us back into slavery. Because a lot of people probably don't even realize we're out. The 400 years been over. So again, whatever this is not even legit. I feel that's over there in the garden. This why the devil knows that he or she only had a certain amount of time. So they're using the government again with some of these militias and these groups and things like this. These people that have been nation building are basically, because I see a separation between the body and the head, between me and the people in the community, okay, that tried to bury me, all right? And then when we're talking about Biden and the administration, it seemed like it's two different energies there. Because they were trying to cancel out God or God's children or his descendants or the children of God. And those in the east will respond with praise. Hear them singing to the Lord for the ends of the earth. From the ends of the earth. Yeah, this is making me think about, again, some kind of rejuvenation. Is some kind of, I don't know, I'm getting a feeling of like people coming together, some kind of unity here. That now we're finally on common ground. It's awakening or a rapture of some sort. Singing glory to the righteous. Because it's like some groups maybe have feared this energy coming on walking the earth. That's why they've been observing it. Not realizing that it's time we could all like do something together for a change or something. For the better. That we're, this is being held up by the ancestors and God. Like, I mean, it's just nothing but, I don't know. This is just all of that's what I'm saying. We can't deny the fact that all of us fought. But my heart is heavy with grief, for evil still prevails and treachery is everywhere. This is making me think of, it's like, I'm just seeing a girl. I'm just seeing a feminine energy, maybe even a child. And there's just like a whirlwind. It's like, and it's just like all these nations, and she's just like, I don't know, it's just like this energy here. Because she can feel, I can feel, I know it's wars and rumors of wars, but rather this is just an energetic attack or something. It's just a heaviness. But I felt like it broke, something broke in today. Like it's the whole subdue and replenish, and me saying, like, it's just like, no, like we could do, this is a different way or whatever. It's not, you don't have to use force. It's time to, you know what I'm saying? It's not even about respect. It's about communication. It rules nations. And it's time for people just to accept what it is and who's here to do what. And everybody's unique and everybody's at different parts of this journey. And some people have been blinded and bound and destroyed by their gods, by their parents. Okay? Even we want to talk about white supremacy, like the other day I was thinking after I did that video. Then can we call our parents that? Not no disrespect, but I'm just saying that some of us grew up, with spankings and stuff that would break your spirit. Stuff that would tell you, like, or you tell somebody you want to do something like this, and then somebody tell you you can't do it, or, it's just little things like that. Like, that's white supremacy to me. Because what you telling me by telling me what I can't do or what I shouldn't say or how I shouldn't think this way, or all these restraints and constraints that were put on us as children with the school, the church, our parents, whatever. Even our now earthly masters or parents that are governing us throughout this awakening or this ascension or this earthly realm right now. Okay? Putting restrictions and things like that on us being able to learn right now. I'm talking about in a spiritual essence, and then in, whatever. It's just because most of the pain and the hurt and the stuff, the blockages that were created by us, our family, people in our family, our closest friends, sometimes betrayal and stuff like that. Most of that stuff is the stuff that did it. So again, not saying that like the government doesn't assist, and some of this stuff is not about redlining and systematic energy. But again, we have to look at all parts of it. I don't like just looking at one thing or something and thinking, oh, that's what the problem, and then it's 100, 200 years later and we're saying, oh, that's the problem. No, it's got to be something else too. It has to be. Terror and the captivity of hell, and still in hell are still your lot. Okay, this is making me think about people that are still in the Sheol, or in the underworld, or the Dalit people in the caste system that are using misnomers possibly as like black, okay, as a nationality or a race. All right, so maybe this is the part where Source is going to break that, or raise that debt ceiling, or break that at this point in time. It's almost like Moses saying, free my people, to a certain extent. Okay, it says, "O men of the world," okay, "when you flee in terror, you will fall into a pit. And if you escape from the pit, you will step into a trap." I keep hearing it's a trap, it's a snare. So again, this is again making me think about those of us that speak the truth, and that they're looking for a reason to put you on a domestic terrorist list, when they are the people that's working for the administration right now are the actual domestic terrorists, terrorizing people, making them think they can't speak, they don't have freedom of speech, and these things like this. All right. "For destruction falls from the heavens upon you." This makes me think about me speaking against the against the antidote, okay, and all these other things. And as soon as I did that, if you go back and look at what we was talking about on this channel, on my Facebook, on whatever, and other people, you'll see I'm starting to see why something happened here. Okay. Falls from the heavens upon you. Okay. Yeah, this is talking about a 5G. This is talking about some kind of attack, some kind of mental or some kind of attack here. "The world is shaking beneath you." Yeah, this is talking about your own people not wanting nothing to do with you. All this, because this is something else. This is something deeper than that. "The earth has broken down into an utter collapse. Everything is lost, abandoned, and confused. The world staggers like a drunkard. It shakes like a tent in a storm. It falls and will not rise again, for the sins of the earth are very great." So this is making me think about, again, masculine energies that have been dealing with wisdom in all many kind of ways in the spiritual realm, telepathically or some other kind of way, right? And all these masculine energies are feeling hurt or wounded by this feminine energy that actually has been blinded by God to separate possibly these energies from this feminine energy, possibly a god that may be not a god. It might be like the Wizard of Oz, and when you go behind that curtain, you might realize that that's not really the god, that the god was the actual one that you guys wounded and hurt in the Christ energy. That's what I'm seeing. So they can use their power, their positions, and their platforms, right, and their percentages, their numbers or whatever, in order to do these things to the earth, to stop my money flow. I got 3 businesses, four now. The 4th one I'm about to open up, but no sales. Sales slowed down since last year. You know what I'm saying? Sometime. You know what I'm saying? So it's obvious that they can use, this social credit system that they're sneaking us in through China, okay, in order to stop people from being able to work. So maybe it's not just you. And then you lose hope, you lose sight. You know what I'm saying? You might get a little depressed. You might get a little discouraged or something like that, because these people are messing with your money, messing with your whatever, or they want to see you out in the streets, not being able to pay your bills, not being able to eat. They want to see you running like some gypsy. You know what I'm saying? Most of these people are of royal bloodlines, but they want to see you running around here homeless on the streets or something like that, because once you leave that one foundation, or you lose your home or something like that, or you walk away from your home and let somebody else come in and take it over, then you ain't got nothing. And once you run out of whatever you run out of, or you're a vagabond or something moving around the country here and there or whatever. And that's why I didn't like that whole thing when it comes to that twin flame journey, because we talking about women and sometimes single mothers. And then people got you thinking, oh, girl, you got to get out of there. No, when you start paying my bills or my rent, or you give me a job that pay me enough, then that's when I'll be able to relocate. Until then, I'm going to adjust what I have to around me, because it ain't no way nobody about to fool me into being homeless. And I need somebody else to get me out of that ditch. That's the last thing. You might have been able to break my spirit here and there, and I rebuilt it. You might be able to do this and that and that and that. But I know one thing. No. For me, that ain't it. Unless somebody up in here doing me like hella wrong. Okay, then that's different. But if I can live somewhat comfortably and stack up what I need to get where I need to go, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Unless another motherfucker offering or you got somewhere to stay, that's what's gonna happen. That's what, because I refuse. Okay? If somebody is okay with me still staying, I refuse. And that's just what it is at the end of the day. On that day, the Lord will punish the fallen angels in heaven and the proud rulers of the nations of earth. What did it say again? On that day, the Lord will punish the fallen. So maybe this sounds like some kind of trade. Maybe it's like, if you come and bow down to me, then I will help you, or I will, this is what this kind of sound like to me. Okay. Because we know that, the victors usually write the story. All right. So it may not even happen like this at all. So I'm going through what I'm feeling and I'm sensing with this dual or this parallel universe today in living word, living God energy. Okay. It says one day the Lord will punish the fallen angels in heaven. Okay. So I don't even know why they fell. The Lord is punishing these fallen angels because they stood up for God. I think that the Lord energy, which is just the overseer, that's not more powerful than God. I think we're talking about high level witchcraft and sorcery or something. And these people, okay, while they had the justice, okay, or Themis, whatever, blinded or bound, this is what these people were doing. These lords of hosts. And they were punishing the fallen angels. The angels fell because they were actually helping God. And these people made God feel like, or a goddess or wisdom feel like, or the Ruach feel like nobody had their back and you can't trust these people or whatever. All right. And it's also angels that are also angels of the earth. Earth angels, I feel, that are some of these seers and readers and stuff like that are directly gifted from God, to help guide people out of this pit or these heavy thoughts or these oppressive something. All right. Or the abuse or the trauma through this particular war that we've been fighting for these past 3-4 years or some shit like that is what it sounds like. And the proud rulers of the nations on the earth. So these are the nations that built their nations upon the earth. Most likely earthly beings that did this and didn't care about also mass murder or I'm just hitman energy. Like I said, the King of Wands can be an energy of a sensual energy to me, but it can also be a hitman energy. I mean, you look at it's like it remind me of a bat for some reason. All right. All right. And these are the proud rulers. Let them eat cake, right? We're not concerned about all these we're not concerned about this. Let's talk about what minerals you can find underneath the soil. Let's talk about how many hats and shit I can buy and I can sit here and sit in front of you and do all this. Now, this is nothing against anybody because listen to what I'm saying. At some point in time in my life before this spiritual attack, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem. Matter of fact, I don't even want for really much because I see something. I just see the world different now. So there's no sense of jealousy. It's what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And this is deeper than just between me and another feminine energy. This is about people's livelihood, freedom. This is talking about our children. This is beyond the book. Let's just keep it real. What the fuck it is. I don't like to see people take advantage of people. I don't like mass manipulation. I don't like these things. I never have. I change if not. Anybody that know me 10 years ago when I started putting this information out, 4 or 5 years ago when I started this channel, ain't nothing changed. These are nations that were placed upon the earth. These are these groups and these militias or whatever. They can call it ISIS-K or they can call it whatever they can call it. You know what I'm saying? Because we talking Iraq is talking Chirac, all this energy. All right. They were building all these nations and keeping the elect out. All right. And then they wasn't concerned when they were saying it was off with your fucking head. Okay. When these crime rates were growing in our communities and you thinking it was the police or you blaming everybody else and we're not looking at ourselves and addressing the issues there in greed and pillaging. Now we have to look at this in a different light. Who was doing the raping and pillaging? Who was doing the raping and pillaging? Was it the earth with the earth? And then after that, they taught these other people. Oh my goodness.